Hello, my name is Duncan Cameron. I'm a consultant with Capgemini Invent, a global digital and transformation consultancy. Swinburne has invited me on today to share my thoughts on a topic of interest, and so I want to chat about blockchain, digital assets, and really this fundamental idea of trust. Trust is an inherent requirement that exists in a whole range of digital scenarios. When you send stuff up into cyberspace, there is this need to know that there is a trusted environment where what you're sending is going to the right place. More often than not, we fulfill this requirement of trust by inserting a middleman or some kind of broker. When you think about it, all the commerce that exists on the internet, and really all forms of digital payment, rely almost exclusively on the involvement of financial institutions. These institutions fulfill two very important roles. One, they provide the systems, the applications, the tools that allow us to credit and debit accounts and things like that. But perhaps more importantly, they fulfill the role of a trusted broker. They facilitate this digital exchange. We know that when we click submit on our Amazon purchase, or we swipe our debit card at the local coffee shop to get your triple shot latte, we trust the banks are going to correctly debit and credit accounts and give us receipts that prove we've done the right thing. Let's take a brief history lesson. In 2008, we were just post-global financial crisis. A lot of people blamed the banking sector for a lot of the economic instability that was going on. There were less jobs, money was worth less, there was a whole lot of fear and stress associated with money. And a lot of this circled back to banks. So in the same year, Satoshi Nakamoto, an alias, released the Bitcoin white paper, a short document that detailed a peer-to-peer electronic version of cash. Basically, a way of transacting money, sending something of value from point A to point B without having to rely on the banks to facilitate the exchange. Why is this so revolutionary? Because throughout history, we have relied on brokers or middlemen in a whole range of scenarios to facilitate exchanges of value. When you purchase property, when you buy luxury goods, when you just want to send money to your family overseas, when you want to buy your local coffee, we rely on banks to facilitate this exchange in a digital environment. What blockchain technology really offers us is a way of displacing this requirement of trust. How can we make transactions truly peer-to-peer, sending it from point A to point B without someone in the middle to facilitate? Because someone in the middle causes issues. It causes additional fees. It introduces additional counterparty risk. It introduces a single point of failure because there is one person in the middle that facilitates the exchange as middleman. When I think about blockchain as a technology and some of the use cases, I think anything that really has a fundamental requirement of trust that's being filled by a middleman can be displaced by blockchains. All of your complex supply chains, your tracking of luxury goods from point A to point B, your production of pharmaceutical products and pinpoint tracing of ingredients, these all require a whole bunch of exchanges of data across the supply chain. Blockchain offers a unique ability to condense all of those sources of information to one source of truth and eliminate all the middlemen along the way. What blockchain's really about is creating a trusted network, a distributed network that relies on a whole bunch of nodes all working together to share information or transact things of value. Hopefully you learned something, and I'll see you around.